Hey there guys, theBolderBoulder here with a new Bionicle MOC. I haven't done a Bionicle MOC in a long time, and even rarer, a Vortixx MOC. So, this is a pretty big deal, I'd say. Haven't done one of these. Oh man, I can't even remember the last time I did one. So yeah, it's been that long. Probably, I don't know, a year? I don't know. Regardless, I finally got around to making one. And I'm really glad and impressed with the outcome. Yes, I am. And this MOC's name is Kiira. And, well, I don't have much of a backstory for her, or a story at all, really. I mean, you may sort of be able to tell she, into fashion, to say the least. Very fashionable Vortixx. She's got that red lipstick, the red nails, the knee-high red high-heeled boots. She's even got some red in her hair. She's got these nice, elegant feathers over her shoulders, which obviously have really no functionality. They're literally just for looks. And so, let's go ahead and give you that 360 view of what she looks like. I'll go into finer details in a little bit, but I just want to show you this model at different angles. And man, just looking at this, I really like it. It looks pretty sweet. And it turns out actually way better than I originally thought when I was actually making this. Before I was experimenting with different parts and whatnot, I feared it would not turn out that great. But after a lot of experimentation over the course of a week, I finally got it done. So, let's get on to the actual build. Before that, though, I want to show you the color scheme. The color scheme is a dark flesh, that same color as the Vaki head, and dark brown in some areas. It's a little hard to tell on this camera, I will admit. So, that's why I just wanted to let you know. And then it's got that silver and black every now and then and stuff. It's a little bit of, that tan connector pins, a few gray ones. And then one blue one right here. Right there on her chest is like a life light like they had in the Bionicle movies. So I figured I'd harken back to that a little bit. So, I will show you now what the feet look like. These are the boots. Man, wow. These actually turned out really well, I think. They're a little complex. Not exactly the easiest thing to just look at and tell how to build. But I just like them a lot. When I was originally designing them at first, I really wanted to use this Hero Factory piece on the front, because it sort of gets larger up here, sort of gets smaller, and then comes down to a point, much like boots, like high-heeled boots. So I figured that would look very nice, and it does. And then got a number of Technic parts here and there. Got this piece going up here. Oh, I've been getting a lot of pieces from Bricklink lately on my time when I haven't been uploading videos. So, yeah, I've really just been expanding my collection. And because of that, I've got some brand new, to me, parts, and I was able to build these. So let's move on to the lower legs. I got this piece right up here. I didn't have to go to Bricklink for those. I got those from some Hero Factory sets. And thought those looked really cool on here. Sort of go larger to go with the boots or whatnot, you know. Just to make them up to the knees. That was another factor that I really wanted to include in this. So now here's the upper legs. I really like to turn out of these. Some more parts that I got from Bricklink helped with these. I hadn't had these ever, so once I got those, I could put them on here. On the waist, it's similar to what I did on the remake of Shakir. Well, not really remake, but revamp of Shakir. Except I don't have the pieces on the sides. I've got this Hero Factory armor piece right here. When making the torso, I didn't think that would actually work and that would actually fit there. I went, man, that would look really good. Because I just simply had the piece right here and placed it over these Technic parts I had right here. I went, man, that would look really good. It would fit in. So I took a ball joint, connected it to this socket right here, ball connector, which is actually the Hero Factory style, not the older Bionicle style. And it worked. So I went, yes. Now it's adjustable, so if the hip moves, that can move. And stuff like that. Looks really cool. Sort of a, you know, V shape to the torso. And then just the upper body in general looks a lot better. I did a number of things different. Again, from my other models. This, you know, Technic lift arm that's right here. I actually moved them down, so they're actually in the same orientation they'd be on Rudaka, which, as I always do with my Vortixx MOCs, I look at Rudaka instructions to get inspiration. But obviously not exactly like her. And go put these on there, and then use this different ball connector on there, because I used to actually use these, put them at the end of the Technic parts, those lift arms, and then the shoulders would be out here, but now they're closer to the body, which I think looks a lot better, and I wanted to give it a more feminine look, and I think it worked out. Now let's look at the upper arms. Not all too complex. Just wanted to keep them skinny. And then sort of give it a little shape right there. The lower arms I kept fairly slender using those parts, but added a little detail so it's not too boring. And the hands. A lot different than any of the other Vortixx MOCs. And then here is the head. And these shoulder pieces. Her head, I think, turned out very nicely. So what I did different on the head this time around, instead of using those little Exoforce hands for the eyes, I just used those little spike pieces. I'll actually give credit to my brother for doing that, my younger brother. He isn't much of a MOC maker, but he has helped me with some of these things. And that looks a whole lot better with those little spikes in there compared to those little Exoforce hands. I was actually going to go on Bricklink and order some of those pieces that Rudaka had, but once I learned you could do that, I never got them. Didn't feel the need to, so that looks very nice. And then this piece right here, if you may be wondering, is actually Communicator. That way she can talk to anybody. Of course, the mouth moves. That looks really nice. I have these pieces on here. Sort of just add the friction right there. A little wider up here than on Rudaka, but still looks nice. And something I have been doing on many of my Vortixx MOCs is add those little spiked parts, sort of like ears. My very first Vortixx MOC ended up looking like Anubis in the shape of the head. So I suppose this one sort of does too, but I really like that look. And now, her hair. This is it. Big, long hair. Got the red in the hair, like highlights, basically. Got these little pieces right here to just, like, stray hairs or something, you know. And then the back. I really like what happened right here. I was able to get this little ribbed hose right there to sort of be like a back, you know. Sort of like I don't know, sort of like a spine part, I don't know. I just thought the look and design was really neat. Here's a look at the back of the legs and everything. And now, these feathers, like I said, serve no real function, they just are there for looks. And they can be adjustable. That way they won't get in front or in the way of any of her articulation. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Let's lay this down. One thing she does like to do is meditate. There's a good meditation pose. It's just something she really likes to do to get away from the stresses of life. And now the last thing I'd like to show you guys is a size comparison. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, she's very fashionable, so there she is in sort of a catwalk pose. So here's the size comparisons. The first one is with my self-MOC, Jaren. As you can see, he pretty much is half her size. He comes right up to the top of her waist. And the next comparison, to show you how tall she really is, here is Furno XL. Look at that. Even taller than him. So, there you go. I thought you guys would like that. So let's go ahead and move these things. And there you go. That is my review over Kiira the Vortixx. Again, a bit of a lengthy video, but I don't have a whole lot of time to do MOC reviews, and I really wanted to just show you a lot of the new stuff that I incorporated into this Vortixx. So, thank you guys very much for watching and subscribing and clicking on that like button. And one more thing, yeah, the reason this background is different is because, well, I was the frame to get this figure in there wasn't big enough with that other background, so I added a different backdrop to make up for that, so it looked better. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video, whenever that is. Bye.